Ladies and gentlemen, today, or just now, not even today, I just finished interviewing Neymar.
Da Arábia Saudita, quão grande é para a Arábia Saudita sediar eventos internacionais como a Copa do Esporte?
Yes, the Neymar that we all know and love, the Brazilian guy, the one that I can't find the exit of this place right now. But here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, I just finished. Stop the car just for 1 second. I interviewed Neymar, all right? And I want to tell you how, because the crazy part is not that I just interviewed Neymar. Like, who are you, bro? And how did you interview Neymar? And did you even really interview Neymar? No, look. I was with Neymar and probably get some more photos that I should be adding as B-roll. But I did it in Portuguese. I'm not Brazilian. I'm not Spanish. I'm not Latin American. I've never been to Brazil in my life. The closest thing I've had to Brazil is listening to a bit of Brazilian funk and living with Brazilians in Qatar at the 2022 FIFA World Cup. That's it. 28 days of it. But here I am, and honestly, look, I don't want to be driving. I don't want to be driving. I want to speak to you this story because honestly, I want to just be fully focused. I'm a Lebanese guy, born in the United Arab Emirates, lived also in Australia and Saudi Arabia. So my connection with Brazil really is only through the stuff that I research and through the people I meet. And here I am interviewing Neymar, which is crazy because I've been on this path to learn Brazilian Portuguese in the easiest way possible. When I mean easiest, I mean in a way that does not require lessons, in a way that is just normal life. What do you mean learn a language by just normal life? Like, learn a language how kids would learn a language, right? Like, their parents tell them that this is the way to say this and this is the way to say that, and they just learn things by hearing them and watching series and reading books, and rather than this is how to do this, this is how to do that, oh, this is the past perfect tense, oh, this is the subjunctive conjunctive no, it's just I hear these words in their context. I hear people speaking. I take all of these contexts in so that I can become a better person in conversations with Brazilian Portuguese. And I didn't think I would get the call that was, hey man, we need a person who speaks English, Arabic, and Portuguese so that he can interview Neymar at the Esports World Cup in Riyadh. Do you mean Neymar himself, like Neymar Jr. Like do I need to just translate? It's not no. You need to be the guy facing Neymar. Everyone in English and Arabic will be sending you their questions, and you are gonna be the guy to communicate with Neymar. Now, I have been learning Brazilian Portuguese. I have been getting better at it. I do content on a daily basis in Brazilian Portuguese, but like, sometimes in English, you know, like if you were going to interview, I don't know, let's say Jude Bellingham, who speaks perfect English, in English, you know, you're probably going to be like, oh, damn, man, English is my first language and I'm going to interview Jude Bellingham. And like, obviously, I feel a bit scared. I feel a bit under pressure. So imagine you're going to be interviewing Neymar in a language that is your fourth language and that you just recently learned and that you don't feel that you are perfect at it yet, because while you do practice it on a daily basis, you live in a country where not a lot of Brazilians are there, so you don't know, like you haven't been validated just yet. And even when you have been validated, you don't know if it's just like, oh yeah, you're good. You're good at Brazilian Portuguese. No, like, are you good? Or are you, yeah, tá bom, yeah, he's good. You know, like you just don't know. And I was actually thinking of saying no. Looking back now that after I did it, and I did it with my body boiling, right? And boiling in a way that, like, I love it. Like that pressure, like I needed my body to boil. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it in the best of my abilities. It would have been so stupid for me to reject it, but I was actually thinking of rejecting it, right? 1.5 months ago, I started doing content about Brazilian footballers and their history in Saudi Arabia, doing it in actual Portuguese. And it's built, I would say, around 300, 400 followers in a month, which is good. It's growing organically every single day, considering I'm not in Brazil or near Brazil, so the location is messed up on the algorithm. But you tell me, when in less than 60 days you get the opportunity to interview the most popular Brazilian player right now and one of the most popular of all time. You honestly tell me, like is that an omen? You tell me, is that a manifestation? You tell me whatever it is. Tell me whatever it is. And the first song that I started listening to in Brazilian Portuguese since I started this Brazilian Portuguese content was a song called Cruzeiro do Neymar. And then the guy just goes like, do Neymar, o Neymar, o Neymar. And then that got stuck in my head. And like I started singing to my friends every time like somebody misses on pro clubs, you play it, o Neymar. Neymar, because the song is kind of like a catchy vibe. I'm not saying that Neymar misses, obviously. No, bro, Neymar, I love you, man. But like, it was just like, it had a very catchy vibe. So it was just like every time someone misses or scores or does whatever, like, Neymar. Okay, I gotta stop with the Neymar. So it's like that voice was in my head and I couldn't sleep. Like I'd be getting laser done at the hospital and it'd just be like, Neymar, Neymar. Like it just wouldn't stop getting out of my head. And here I just like was not even just taking a photo with Neymar, bro. We were talking, we were conversating for a good 30 minutes. And I would say away from the questions that I was asking him, right? Like, okay, you know, you asked him questions. You asked, yeah, what is your favorite team? What is your favorite player? I'm joking. The questions weren't just that small. He was like, what do you think of the progress of the project in Saudi Arabia? You know, how do you see the culture of esports in different football teams across your career? I also got into mini conversations with him, which were very much interrupted by, you know, oh, media here, this, there, Neymar, you've got 7 minutes left. Oh my God, somebody tapping me on my back. But like, we got to speak. And he found out that I wasn't Brazilian, and he was like, wait, you aren't Brazilian? It's like, oh, and he's like, you live here in Saudi Arabia? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you learned the stuff here? I'm like, man, I learned it on my own, like, you know, listening to music, being with friends. It was like, listening to music, you know, like, I'm like, yeah, you know, singing like Parado No Bailao and everything. And I, like, honestly, I tried to, like, sort of push that into him and try to get him, but it's like, I'm not Speed, who is a well-known famous streamer and he got to meet Neymar. No, it's more like, oh, Neymar is here for an actual job, and so I have to, within my job as a freelancer, within my role as a freelance translator here, I needed to actually respect my role and respect his boundaries. But I just, like, I don't know, it was such a wholesome conversation, these little mini conversations to have, like, and he would like come to me, shake my hand and be like, yeah, man, don't worry, everything's going fine. Like, you know, I always have this bad view on celebrities, and the celebrities that I have seen in my life have all, like, it's just been a meh experience for me. But like, yeah, I don't know, like, you could tell Neymar, like, he's got a good heart, you know, he's not a bad guy. Like, a lot of the media shits on him, a lot of the people make memes on him sometimes, and like, you know, he's just a football player, and everyone makes mistakes. I don't even know what makes mistakes I'm actually talking about, but I don't know, like, when I was studying his press conferences, like he talked a lot about, like, how, you know, the press takes things and like puts them on him and they don't even ask him and they just talk shit about him. And like, you could tell he was sensitive about it. And for me, like, when I just saw that, like, I honestly came into this interview thinking, like, damn, is he gonna be rude? Is he gonna be hesitant? And he was so good, man. Like, call it all, you know, obligations that he has to do. Like, you know, you're gonna get paid for interviews, obviously, but like, you could be a dickhead about it, and he wasn't. Like, he took photos with everyone when the whole, like, the rules we were getting is you're not allowed to take photos with Neymar, anyone who takes selfies. But Neymar just kept saying yes. And like, when I told him, do you mind if I do, like, and I asked him in a way, it's not like, oh, here, no, like, I'm like, yo, Neymar, if you got time for one. He was like, you kidding, man? Like, of course, come here. And like, again, he doesn't have to say that. And again, could be faking, but Neymar is one of those people that you can see, like, when he really feels something, he's gonna show it, you know. Like when he's pissed off in press conferences, he says it, you know. Like, you can tell when the guy, like, hurts or when he feels good. I don't know why I'm analyzing Neymar's whole persona here, but like, it's just insane everything that happened today. And I think this is the part of my life that I love to discuss. And this is what I think, like, this is the type of title, the type of video that I was waiting for on this account, to bring it to life. Like, today, from out of nowhere, within 5 days, I interviewed Neymar Jr., man. And I'm trying to remember if there's anything else that I missed as a part of the story. But like, away from just interviewing Neymar, the people I met today, I met 2 people today that knew about my home suburb in Australia, here in Saudi, and one of them has never been to Australia, man. I met people that are Lebanese, like myself, and feeling, you know, in a new country like Saudi Arabia for them. I met people who were born and bred in Dubai and lived their lives in Dubai and had school in Dubai. I met each and every type of persona that have lived in the past. I met a person from there today. It is honestly, like, I was making videos across the last 2 weeks on my Instagram telling people like, I'm planning to learn languages, like I'm planning to do this, I'm planning to do that, and it was all about learning Portuguese. And then like 2 weeks after starting that, it's like I interviewed Neymar. Like this is something you do after 3, 4, 5 years of learning Portuguese, maybe 10. Now I have been learning Portuguese for way longer than I said on the Instagram, because on the Instagram it was sort of like I'm starting a new chapter in my account and just explaining to people who didn't know that I am learning Portuguese. But 2 weeks since I started that chapter on my account, here I am. Like, I can already start thinking next is Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho, no. Ronaldinho. That's how you say his name. Muito bravo, man. Muito craque, muito craque. Oh, não acredito. I don't believe it, man. I don't believe it. I don't believe it, not in a way that, like, I don't believe in my own capabilities. No, not that. I believe I deserve this today because I have worked immensely hard to reach something like this. You know, I've criticized myself so much in the past, but I've worked immensely hard. And this matters because you can too. I'm not gonna say work hard because I don't believe in that shit. I'm not saying I didn't work hard, but I'm also not gonna advise to work hard. And what I mean by that is I'm not gonna say work hard. I'm not gonna say those words. What I did, the result came at a time that maybe did not need as much hard work as it needed mental work to actually manage my mind into learning how, into being able to speak Portuguese very well. Like, I had to be more serious about it and less chill, you know, because I told you I've been learning Portuguese in the most chill way possible, easy. And then it's like, yo, you can't mess up with Neymar. You've got a time limit. You've got press that wants to speak about him. Neymar will be pissed off if you take off more time. That's what I was told. You know, like, or sorry, no, I wasn't told that Neymar would be pissed off, but it's like I was told that 15 minutes and it's done. You know, like, it's contractual obligations. This is by his team. So apologies for that. You know, you make mistakes sometimes. People like to, oh yeah, big, but hyperbolic. Yeah, the mindset I had to be in, and my legs were absolutely, because I had to stand in one place in a very small spot right next to the camera. My legs were shaking, my thighs and groins were boiling, and I just did leg day yesterday, so the amount of strength that I needed to just keep myself standing in that moment because of the pressure, right? It was fucking enthralling, man. It was amazing. And that's what I want to advise to you. Like, do something fucking crazy like that, man. Do something fucking crazy. I was looking at so many people who got to Neymar because they knew someone today. Got to Neymar because they had money to pay to see Neymar. Got to Neymar because they had an amazing football platform and they had their followers so they could get to speak to Neymar. But I was the only one there that got in the same room as Neymar by learning Portuguese. A lot of people get millions of followers. Even I did it at one point on my TikTok. And don't worry, it's not a brag. I really hated what happened with that account. A lot of people can pay money. A lot of people can know people. But how many people? 1 second, guys. But how many people? How many people? How many people? How many people get there through learning Portuguese? I don't know. But I will tell you, it is a fucking feeling out of this world. And I'm so grateful. Thank you, God.